Howdy YouTube. So this is my setup. This is my Loki pre-season 2 uh, desk kind of setup. It's just in my kitchen right now. I still have to find the desk, but I'm working on it. So what I did here is I bought the computer off eBay for a pretty good price, but I had to gut everything inside of it because it was already toast anyways. The CRT was toast. Keyboard and motherboard were toast, and they were interconnected, so I couldn't even use that keyboard. Had to do a full repaint on the outside because this part was brown and this is more of a grayish white instead of a tannish white. And I did some weathering up here, and over here I did some sun damage and some repair stuff. This is a little bit more textured over here, like they repaired it. Plus it also helped me, since the keyboard is a totally different shape from the original, like there's no keys over here, this corner here. I had to kind of, keyboard's in about the same place. There was like 2 keys that stuck out over here, right here. But this is like an inch longer than the past keyboard. And this is just a hole. So I'm thinking about putting like a USB port there or something, but still have it aesthetically fit. So that's the TVA computer. Up here I have a Microsoft Surface tablet, which I just broke the screen on, but it's only the what do you call it? The cover for the screen, to protect it. But I just saw a crack when I plugged in a USB port over here, which is kind of scary to me, but when I have it set up like this, I don't really care if you see my password because let's put you here for a second. There we go. Have it set up like that. I haven't found any real good screensavers where it shows like missed minutes or anything in the font or kind of TVA style screen, but it works pretty well. The inside's basically empty. I think I'm going to stuff all the cords I have here in the back inside with a small, what do you call that? Extension cord with the multiple, plug-in points, and kind of stuff that all inside of the computer. So I just have a single cord coming out to the wall. So that'll make things a lot easier. It's pretty damn portable. It weighs like 25 pounds, and this thing is solid. If you look up in here, it's about a 1/4 inch thick plastic. So yeah, it's old. It's from 1976. It's the same people that made Learjets. Lear Siegler made this computer. So it has a lot of history. It just didn't work anymore. So at least I'm reusing it and it's not getting thrown away. The other things I have here are the telephone, which is the exact same one that's in the show. The clear buttons. They just have this right here pulled off. And they have the black and silver TVA logo like this, just black and silver right up here. I tried to get something like that, but it didn't fit. It was too big. So still on the lookout for that. When I get that, I'll also pull off these numbers. Actually, I kind of like them. Finding this stuff on the blurry thing, if you zoom in on the show and you look at the Mobius's desk, you're going to see that in the back there with the circle. It's it's not what you think. You can't even tell from here, can you? Well, some people may know, but most people will not. Anybody under 35 will probably not know what that is. That is not a radio, not a clock. It's an antenna turner, and it's from like the 60s, maybe early 70s. This is the exact same one. I mean, it's not from the show, but it's the same thing. It is a metric converter pencil cup. So, and I gotta find some earlier. I mean, these are old pens, but need older 70s pens. So, on the lookout for those. I'm sure they're all over eBay. A couple Etsy things like the TVA pad. That's from TVA. Etsy. I mean, I got my Hot Toys Loki here, and that came with this computer. And probably the hardest thing to find besides the antenna directional thing, that was dumb luck finding the antenna directional thing, even though there was like 4 on eBay. I just had no clue what it was. And it actually comes in 2 styles, maybe 3 styles. One is like a black one. There's a brown one that's flat like this, which is like what it is in the show. But there's also a textured one that's probably like a different, like a matte plastic. That's the wrong one. And they also have kind of different dials too. So you'll be able to tell if you pay attention. But one of the biggest things to find was this here. This is from some game that came out in the 90s called Ticket Timer. Probably can't read that right now. But this took forever to find. There's a couple scientific ones that are kind of set up like this. I don't know what you use a scientific hourglass for, but yeah. Trying to find this exact one, again, dumb luck on eBay. I was watching for months. I had hourglass, hearted, and everything. Looking at like 17 different types, going other websites, searching for it. I just could not find it. But this is like, it's a glass hourglass up in there with orange sand inside of a plastic cylinder with big plastic hexagons on there. So you're like, that was frustrating to find. So this cost me $10, but it just took forever. So that's basically my setup. I also have the lamp upstairs that just won't fit under this counter here in my kitchen, where I kind of have it set up right now until I find a desk that kind of fits the aesthetic. I doubt I'll find the exact same one. Maybe it's an IKEA thing. I'm not sure. But like the paint I used on the computer was a Krylon Fusion. What is it? Buttercream. Yeah, that's what this one's called. And it's a semi-gloss, but it works perfect for this. Then I weathered it a little bit. Then I put on this kind of age spots, where people would grab it and move it, to fit the TVA aesthetic. And this is sun damage right here. You can see it gets darker right there. It already had some of that when I first got it. Then I had to clean it before I could paint it. So had to do it again. The TVA logo I got off Etsy. It's a little bit bigger than what's in the show, but it works. I like it. I mean, I still have, like, I don't know where I'm going to find, since this is a 60% keyboard. Oh, it also lights up. I think I already showed you that, though. It's, the buttons are different sizes, so I'm either going to have to cut down the buttons that I got that came with this orange set, because the keyboard on the TVA computer is orange. Just a little bit more cut off over here, and it kind of goes out a little bit more over here. But they replaced the keyboard in the show too. It's not the exact same one, because it actually has less buttons than the keyboard that came with this. And of course, the orange keycaps, totally different. And also, the monitor in the show is not the same as the Lear Siegler computer from 1976. That was just a prompt, and it had very, very low resolution. One of the reasons I went with the Microsoft Surface Pro X is because it was dirt cheap, because it wasn't that great, but it has a very high resolution screen. So if I like pull this up, and let's see here, do I have any video stuff up? Nope, not really, but I can watch shows on this no problem. It works. So with Loki, I'm gonna watch it on here. I don't know if I have Disney Plus up. I'm still kind of getting used to this, and I also found a mouse. Apparently, it's only sold in Europe, but it kind of matches this aesthetic, and I'm gonna do this repaint on the mouse. It's gonna have orange buttons and the same tannish kind of color for the rest of it. So I'm excited for that, because trying to use just the touch screen when it's in this angular cutout is just, it can be a real pain sometimes. But also the keyboard's set up very different from what I'm used to on my gaming computer. So, but this actually comes in really handy. I've unplugged it. The Surface has it's a couple years old, so it's like a 5-hour battery life, and the keyboard goes on forever because it has a lot of battery power in it. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, let's see if we can hear the sound on it. That's cool, because there's of course no sound in this original terminal. There was nothing. Let's see. Let's look at Crunchyroll. Let me see. Nope. So you can watch stuff on here, no problem. I just gotta, since these keys are totally different, made for a generic keyboard, I'm missing like the secondary functions right here. So finding the volume may take a sec. Oh, right off the bat. Pretty cool. And that's not even as high as it goes. There you go. Pretty damn loud. So yeah, totally works. And you just bring it down like that. Boom. Watch all your shows. This is like, it's HD. There's enough here where it's HD. I can't remember the exact pixel density or resolution, but it's the nearest one to 4:3 ratio that you can find on Windows, and it fits. There's a little bit of black you can see here and up here, but that's how it was on the original terminal too. There's always a border at the top and bottom, so it works. I kind of wish I could find a little bubble screen for it, so like blip, so it looks like a CRT when it's off. Do like a mild tinting on the inside, like a grayish tint, but how far do I want to take this? I also want to put in like a Blu-ray player. There's a lot of little portable ones, and I want to work it into this seam right here, so you don't even see it. You'll just stick a CD and you'll put some like felt right here on the ridge, and then you just slide it in right there. I already tried one, but it doesn't work with the Windows 11 for some reason. I think I have it up here someplace, but yeah, I tried the Pioneer. See, it has that where it has to auto feed in if I want to do it like that, but I cannot get it to work. I mean, not even on my normal gaming computer, just to watch DVDs or whatever. But I'm on a rant now. So this is my Loki setup. Yeah, with the lamp. If I have enough room, I can set it up exactly like that. I'm just missing the files and also the big recorder that they had on the far right-hand side of his desk. But I don't like the aesthetic. You only see it from like a side view, and it's a recorder from the 70s, and it's bulky and phones are cool. Tape recorders, not so cool. So I was like, I'll just stick with this. And they're only like $30 if you want to be a completionist about it. You can find in I saw like 8 on eBay. But yeah, Loki is pretty cool. There goes the other computer. Came with that 1/6 scale. I don't know where the green flame went though. I've been moving everything around so much. Oh, also this phone, it comes with a totally different cable. It's like a PC cable, but I'm sure it's 70s tech. I don't understand it really. This is actually, I think it came out in late 60s. But yeah, that's about all I got. Just thought I'd share and show off the TVA terminal. Ooh, wait. I really like it. I really like using it, which is the strangest thing. I just thought it'd be a cool thing to try. And I'm not like a pro modder or anything. Anybody can put a tablet up in there. Maybe not anybody can put in the keyboard where you can't tell that it's, you know, new. Chop marks all around it. That took some doing. That really took some doing. And a lot of putty epoxy. And the screen is actually still removable. It's just held in there with a lot of tack putty because you may need to update the thing. And I also, yeah, I already mentioned that. There's a little crack in there, so I'm going to have to take off that screen protector and put on a new one. I'm just glad it happened to the protector. And yeah, that's all I got. So y'all have a great one. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope we all enjoy season 2 of Loki.